It is time for the start of stream. Hello, everyone! I forgot to move the mic again. Apologies if anyone's tuning in just now. But I do need to move the mic some. There we go. Think we're all good. Why, hello everyone. Coffee here, and welcome to today's stream. The big thing about today is we're going to be gathering some materials. And I actually have a base design all set, and I'll show it now, and when people join I can show it again. But the base design we have set is this right here. It's a bit more of a rounder base, but it is meant to be like a tree stump. We have like the rings inside of a tree stump right here, and then we just walk inside. We'll have spots to keep books, a spare set of armor, our bed, and along with some chests and stuff like that. And then also with the way I have this set up, we will be able to keep on adding just more on top of it as time goes on, which was one of the big things I wanted. So yeah, this is what we are going to be gathering materials for today, and I forgot to get something, but we need to get a bunch of iron, we need to get a bunch of sand, and that's going to be what today's stream is. So with that, we should head over to Java again, and yeah, just let me really quickly this. Okay, I think we're good now. There we go. Okay, so let's get into Survival Minecraft and see how this goes. I am a little nervous, all things considered, but in theory, if everything goes well today, we will either be moving out of the base and or be very close to moving out of the base, which is good. We'll need to chop down a lot of trees, we'll need to get some more cobble, but first off we need to take a look at what we actually have and then come up with a game plan for where we need to go. And actually, let's head into the other creative world real quickly so we can plan where we need to go. Because that's the big thing. We need to know where we're going. So, first off, weather clear, because we don't need it to be raining. So, we are right here, and we need to go get some sand. We need to go get some sand, so we have two places we can go. Well, really three. There's the one down here, but this actually right here does not have enough sand. We need around 30 pieces of sand to make this work. That does not have 30 pieces of sand. We have the area over here, which is in the water. Let's see, how much sand could we realistically get here? Honestly, all things considered, not a lot. Whoa. Look at that! This could be a cool spot to have some base stuff in. Because it's like there's little grottos, but that's later. So this really doesn't work then. So in that case, there's really only one spot where we can go for sand, at least easily. And that being, we have to go over here, and then through the trees, all the way over to the ocean over here. And then we'll need to gather about 30 pieces of sand. Now, coming over here does mean a few things. Number one, it means a lot of traveling. Number two, whoa. That's also kind of cool, but then again, I like seeing all the cool world generation. Look at how big the cod is with its two babies! That's actually kind of cute. Focus coffee. But yeah, so we need to grab sand. We need 30 pieces, if I'm doing math correctly. We also need to gather some iron, which will probably be easiest to get on the mountains there. And we also will need to gather some oak wood. So probably we'll come over here. We will have to go through there and gather as much sand as we can, ignoring all the potential for mobs. I am curious what is up here. Probably we're not coming over here today because we do need to also gather a bunch of spruce. Okay, so it's just a bunch of mountains, but this could also be a cool spot for a potential base later on. And something else we can do later is we can explore this whole ocean with stuff, and oh my gosh, that is a really intact geode down here, along with the Rune Nether portal. Okay, let's check both of these out. It's not like we're going to be going to these today. I don't see it happening, to be honest. Is there a chest? Yes, there is. Okay, so this one in theory have a lot of the iron that we need, but that's later. And then we have the geode over here, which is pretty cool. So we at least know where there can be some amethyst gotten. But anyways, we have a plan for where we need to go. We should head back over. Because yeah, I don't think we need to head over there. We shouldn't need any of the birch. We could go get some dark oak if we need to. What is that? I'm being distracted all over the place today, but then again, it happens when we're exploring cool geography, and I don't want to do what I need to. So yeah. So we're gonna go over here. I just want to see. This is another cute grotto area. Cool. Okay. This I could see making like a pirate area in, which could be kind of fun. Wow, the world generation is so cool. But that's because we need to actually get to work. I gotta stop procrastinating. But over there looks so cool. Later, coffee. Later. Later. Not right now. You can look at the cool world generation later. So anyways, we will be coming around here and basically over these mountains. And we actually might just flat out go over the mountains. My reasoning for that being we can possibly find more iron, maybe, across here. Like, maybe we won't. But yeah, either way, we'll have to go through the trees here, all the way over to there. And all else fails, we do what we've been doing and bridge over. As much as that does seem kind of silly, it's literally just a small walk. So probably we actually won't. What we will need to do is probably end up making a small base of sorts just to get through the night. But yeah. Unless that's where we get in a boat and we just head out into the ocean for a bit, which that could work. Go into the ocean until it turns day, explore around a little bit, come back, and head back home. Because then in theory, we're not within the spawn radius of where stuff could spawn. As long as we keep moving, I don't see drowns hopefully being too much of an issue. So maybe we plan that. But yeah. I have to stop procrastinating what I know we need to do. Why did I decide to do this? Oh yeah, because otherwise I'd need a bunch of copper. And I don't have a bunch of copper. I'm like, can I use a bunch of copper? let's head and see the world and see, because else feels... Yeah, let's go out of here. Let's pull up Bedrock again real quickly and just see. Okay, first time set. Okay. Oh, of course it won't work. Okay, let me really quickly use my fancy powers. There we go. Let's see how this would look really quickly with copper instead. As much as I would love to use the glass, we can always change it for the copper later on. No, it needs to be the glass. We need the glass for it to look better. Which I'm kinda regretting, but we only need 30 pieces of sand. So we can do this. We can do this. Back to Java. And I suppose let's actually get some work done. Now that we have our plan. So we need to get sand. Oh no. I honestly might not bring too many things with me just because it's the normal exploring and I'm scared kind of thing. We'll bring enough supplies to last the night. I mean, if anything, we end up bringing the bed, and or we take out enough sheep to make another bed. But maybe we just end up... Well, no, I want to leave the bed here. We will bring the minimum amount that we need to. Which won't be these. We will need the shovels. We'll bring the stone tools. I don't want to bring the armor, really. Well, actually, I could probably bring this and this. It's not much armor, but it'd be something. This is where it's smart to bring the shield. And we will make a boat, because realistically, it's better to go do this with a boat. So that way we can escape out into open water when we need to. Oh, I'm so nervous to head out again. This always happens. This always happens. And it's already been 13 minutes. I really do have to head out if we're actually going to get the sand that we need in time. Hey chickens, I heard some eggs. Okay, really quickly, let's just mine a little bit. Hey Chakra, how are you doing today? We'll be getting to actual action stuff in a bit here. I did do my homework that I said I would do, and I actually do have a base design that we will be going with. I'm just nervous to head out there, as per usual. I'm glad. Maybe mining next to the chickens wasn't the best idea on my part, but it is what I'm doing currently. So if you'd like, here, just a moment. Let me pull up Bedrock again in a moment here, and I'll show you what the current plan is. I just want to do that just so I don't spend too much time. Not this, there. Okay, so here is the current base design that I have figured out. It is a rounder build. My aim was to have it like a tree stump, and like in the inside and the top here, we have like the rings that you have inside of a tree. We also have mud on the side, because this means we don't have to wait for grass to grow there, and it isn't as, it's more saturated in color than like the pale moss block, and we can still put flowers there. The inside is like this. We don't necessarily have to do the lanterns. We might change the lanterns to torches. But then we have some chiseled bookshelves and all this. And with it being a tree stump design, we will be able to build more on top, which is what I wanted to do. And later on, we can also add on the acorns as we build more up here, because then it makes sense to add in the branches and stuff. But the biggest thing right now is we need to get the glass, which is, we need around 30 pieces of glass, because we need enough for a water bottle. But the biggest thing is getting the glass. Although I just thought of one thing, I didn't mean to do that. One moment, everyone. Okay, what I wanted to do, I need to go into here. I want to check over by the villages and like where the thing is. So technically, one of the ways we can go for the glass is we have our base over there. We could come over here to the ocean and gather some sand here. But another thing I just thought of was there was the river by the village. And I want to go check that out just to see what that is like. Because depending on how much sand there could be in the river there, that's an area we already have explored a lot of. And yes, it's still kind of scary. It's not like heading over there. And there's already shelter made over here, which is another reason why I would want to do it. So let's see. So yeah, there is the river right here. And there is sand. So realistically, this could be where we get all the sand we need. Because there's a ton in this pool right here. So we come to the village. This could be what we do. I do want to see though, where could, probably the zombie was down here when I heard it. But yes, yeah, so we'll use the, area here. We'll come to the village. And we'll get our sand here. Because that's at least an area we know, and we can probably... Maybe we head over as well, maybe not. Maybe we don't actually come over to get the, firefly bushes yet. Is there a lava pool over here? Yes, there is, but there's also one right there, apparently. So, cool. So we'll do this then. We'll wait the full day, and then we'll come over to the village and grab the sand we need. So there we have all the glass, and then we can get all of the wood that we'll need. Okay, so we have our plan. Now we'll actually head into the actual thing and get to work. Okay, cool. I feel more comfortable grabbing my actual good armor then, because of this plan. We'll mine any iron we can. We gotta wait until it becomes a new day. We'll bring the spruce boat with us. Yeah, there is one more thing I do want to check. Hey, we got both chicks! We actually got both chicks for the stream. Let's go! Sweet! So we will actually head out of this world one more time for one more thing I want to check, because I want to see where that river goes around. Because technically we could maybe use that river depending on where it goes, and do like a circle around, maybe? We could just go on a full-on gathering thing. So let's go check that super quickly, and then we will actually get to work. But this could potentially make it so we could gather a lot more resources. So I just want to see if this will go around and meet up with the ocean. And the answer is not really connects with it, but if we head over here, there could be a rather long section here which heads out, maybe? Let's just see, because if it does, then we'll go through and collect a bunch of materials while doing this. So technically it goes over here. Okay. Do you head out to the ocean? Be very convenient. Goes out to a jungle. Yeah, nah, that's not gonna work. Never mind, that won't work. Let me get so we're not lost completely. And then we'll actually get to work. Okay, there's the Pale Garden. Okay. We have our plan then. We're heading to the village, getting sand, coming back. We're just waiting for a new day, which means we're gonna do some mining in the meanwhile just to see if we can get some iron. But I will not say no to copper. Okay. And plus, all this cobblestone will help with stuff too, which means it is a nice bonus, all things considered. I mean, if we can find some iron, that makes it even better. But we'll see if we actually find any. Actually, let's head back up for a moment. Any sign of the sun? No. Okay, so we have plenty of time to do just some calming mining. Okay. So tomorrow will be the usual Wednesday stream, which I think will be nice. It'll be nice to have a slight change of pace with everything. And then I might end up doing another stream week during the summer. We'll see. I make no guarantees of that happening, to be honest. I think it could be a lot of fun. But it ultimately depends if I can find the time. Okay. I'm not sure, Geka. It's a complete mystery. How are you doing today? Okay, head back up. Do we see the sun now? But then again, I went to sleep right before we left to start working on stuff, so I don't know what I'm expecting. Besides for it to magically turn to the time I want it to. Probably if I wanted to be productive, I would head out and just work on stuff. I should probably be productive and actually go out and work on stuff. Nice. Hopefully it was a good nap. I should just head out and work on stuff. But then again, where's the fun in that? Being productive. And it being almost 3:30. And then that means only having half an hour to actually... Wait, is that the sun? Yes. Never mind, I have an excuse. I don't have to head out. Hee hee, yay. Not that that's necessarily a good thing, but... I'm kind of happy I don't have to head right on out. Should we bring anything to make the one place... Oh wait, I'm looking for more torches, forgetting I already put them all on the bridge. Something I would like to have more, but... or at least something that I try to use in day-to-day life, but yeah. Okay, 8 sticks, which means we can make 40 torches, which... I don't need to put the torches in the crafting bench. There we go. No, not 40 torches. It's 20. It's 20 torches. Where was I getting the other from? I think I was adding... I don't know what I did, to be honest. Something, clearly. But I'm not entirely sure what it was. Do we have night yet? Please? I want to actually be entertaining. I want it to actually be that I'm doing something and not being just scared and being inside my house because I'm too scared to go out after dark. Then again, that's just me. Once we have the new day, we will head out and we will gather all the sand we need. And then we will come back home, and then we gotta chop down a whole bunch of trees. And after chopping down a whole bunch of trees, we'll have all we need for the base design, which I can show you quickly while it is becoming night. The plan is this space right here, which is a rounder base like a tree stump. It also has the rings on the top, like how the tree has its rings. And then here is the what I would like to do for the inside. But yeah, so this is what we're planning on doing, but we need about 30 pieces of sand to make all the glass we need, because we also need glass for the water bottle. And actually, I think it might actually be 33 now that I think about it. So, with that in mind, that just adds more stuff to do, which, I mean, is to be expected. But yeah, okay, let's get to sleep. And then... okay, whether I like it or not, it is time to head out. Just as a reminder, it's right-click to hold my shield. It's not like in Bedrock Edition, where it is just crouching. Of course, though, before I go, we gotta see if we can get more than just the 2 chicks. 9 eggs and not a single chick. Wow. And apologies for Discord noises in the background. Okay. I don't see anything. What we gotta do is make a run for it. Here we go. To the bridge, to the bridge, to the bridge, to the bridge. Onto the bridge. Oh my gosh, that was so nerve-wracking. Okay. One of these days I'll get better and not be so freaked out by survival Minecraft. Someday. Clearly not today. But Sunday. It's not Sunday. Someday. I'm not gonna be... yeah, apparently. But yeah, someday I'll be not as freaked out by survival Minecraft, but that is not gonna be today. That's not gonna be Sunday. That's gonna be probably a longer time than I would like of practice. Okay. We are heading over to the village. We are not dealing with any of the creaking or anything like that. We are just heading over to gather sand. That is it. Don't have to worry about any mobs. Well, we still might have to worry about some mobs, but we will ignore as many as we can, except for maybe some sheep on our way back. So yeah, let's do this. We need some dirt just to get up here, jump over, head on over to the village, head down here. I will eat once we get there. Hello, sheep. Just ignore everything else. Heading over. What is going on? Why are so many people turning in? I ignore it. Coffee? Well, not ignore it, but anyways. Later on, we'll go check out the pillager outpost, And something else that's kind of fun is, now we know later on when we go out exploring, there's about 3 villages that way, and about 2 that way. So there's going to be a lot of exploring that we get to do later, which I am quite excited for. I mean, yeah, if people want to go check out Giga Drake here, he's a close friend of mine. Just go check out his Twitch. Giga, if you want to say your Twitch in the chat, that's completely fine by me. But yeah. Okay, let's gather all the sand we can get. Hey Zach, how are you doing today? As it begins. So I'm really excited. It's hard to believe that it's almost time for Rising again. I'm so excited. Okay, gathering all of this sand. Yeah, for those who don't know, Zach and Giga are going to be taking part in a tournament this weekend, I think. And I'm actually going to be helping with the scoring, so... Zach, do you think you'll join us, and are you two just going to be going all out for training? Okay, we got the sand we need. Okay, gotta head back on up. But we have all of the sand we need. It is noon almost. Maybe that means we can actually get back. That'd be fun if we could actually get back. I might not risk it today. Iron Golem, I hope you do not mind, but I'm going to take some of this wood because we will need oak wood. That is one of the things we are going to need for parts of the base, and we probably will also take some wool. I'm sorry, sheep, but it is necessary for the build. Cool. It would be awesome to have you, and if you can't make it, that's understandable. Let's see, we want some more flowers too, because I think that could be kind of nice. And you know what, actually, how much time do I have? I have enough time. I want to head back down there. I want the hay bales. Oh my gosh, I made it. For a second there, I didn't think I would make it. But I want the hay bales which are over here, because these are going to be huge for getting animals. So, necessary. Now we'll head up and get ready to hang out in the house for the next 10 minutes. But yeah. Okay. Head on up. Head on up. Head on up. Ah, nope. Not gonna fall. Not right now. No, thank you. Okay. I think we're good. So we have stack of wool, we have plenty of hay, so we can probably start getting some cows, which will be huge. We have some more flowers, which I've been wanting. The only thing is, later on we do still need to get some iron, so we can actually plant seeds. But we will be able to get started with cows, which, if we want to make, say, an enchantment table soon and stuff like that, we're going to need the cows. So it's a good, is investment the word? No. Well, I guess kind of. Clearly there's still more that will need to be gotten, but it's a good start, I think. Same as later on, we'll head over. when we're able to craft the saddles, we'll head over there and we'll go visit the other villages, which I know are out there, and see what happens out there. I mean, it'd be cool to get some more materials. I think there's at least one blacksmith. We'll be able to get some brewing stands from churches and such. And probably even get some iron, and in those villages I might honestly take on the iron golems there. And also, with the next update, we'll probably work our way towards the happy gas so we can make an iron farm easier. And or we'll just make an iron farm, which might honestly be the better course of action. But to move around villagers, A, this is not the village I want to move around villagers in, and B, the happy gas will just make it so much easier. So, with that in mind, we will also have to plan where we want to make our nether portal. We have about 2 lava pools over there. There's a lava pool over that way on the mountain there. And I think there's one over on this side of the snowy mountain that's by our base too. So we'll have to choose which one is the preferred lava pool to make our portal at. Because that way we don't have to make a whole bunch of stuff. We just need enough to make we just need 1 bucket, which is the big thing. But I don't want to take on the iron golem here, so yeah. The sun sets. We have a ton of materials. And now we will wait for like 10 minutes because I don't know what else we're gonna do. But we could do a poll of some kind, like what we want to do later on. I think we honestly might be able to get a bunch of the materials we need before the end of stream. Currently the materials that we're gonna need, I'm estimating like 5 to 6, well, probably don't need 5 to 6. I want to get like 5 stacks of spruce logs, potentially. Just with the amount of spruce which is on the build, and I can show that again. One moment. Hi, Windows. I am so sorry. I don't know how loud that was for everyone. That was loud for me. I apologize. But yeah, so we're gonna need a lot of wood for the build, obviously. Gonna need a bunch of wood. We gotta smelt all of the glass. But overall this should be a relatively simple build. The only thing is I will actually need to get 1 iron, because I do want the leaves. The leaves add in the green, and I really like that. So we will need to actually get a iron, so we'll have to see if there's any like we can quickly nab on the way back. Which is good to know. Now we just gotta wait. So we have a lava pool there. There's lava over that way. Obviously there's the pillager outpost. But yeah, so as I lose my train of thought. I love it when this happens. Okay. So, the main thing today is finishing gathering materials for us to be able to build the base. Probably Thursday. Thursday is when we will build the base that we want to make, and then we can work on finishing up the bridges, and I eventually want to make the bridge extend out the opposite way, and possibly we'll even make it so we can go up the snowy mountain. And then later on we'll use, since we got leather boots, we can probably start exploring the snowy mountains as well and not have to worry about powdered snow, which is good. So that'll be nice to have. I know this might be a waste of cooked pork chop, but that's what I'm gonna do. It is so weird having to use right click to do the shield. I'm so used to it being crouch. Because I'm like, did they change it in Bedrock? Let's see. Because really, we have time to just fiddle around with stuff in here. So yeah, if I put on my shield... Yeah, right-click doesn't do it. Crouching is what activates it. So that is one other big thing. So anytime I've tried to use a shield in the past, clearly it wouldn't have worked on Java because I didn't know it was necessarily right-click. What are you trading? I mean, I know nothing really is worth too much because I'm on because I'm creative. But, oh, I forgot you can actually trade stuff for emeralds now. I forgot about that. Cool. Thank you, good sir. Let's get back to Java. There we go. As we have to wait. So we have a boat we can use later on. There's a lot of exploring I want to do, but the first thing is getting this next base set. Let's see. So we have enough sand, because it takes 6 sand to make panes. Yeah, it was part of the most recent update, Chakra. It's something I really like about it, because it means, say, it spawns really early for you. It at least makes it easier to potentially get emeralds to get something you might want. So I'm happy with how they changed that. It is a newer feature. It's funny is that's a feature I remember more than a lot of the other more recent features that they added into the game. But yeah, so that's a nice part of everything. Actually, something else I want to check on Bedrock real quickly. I want to check how much... You startled me, good sir. I want to really quickly check how much oak wood we need. So that's 6, 12. So we need about 24 pieces of oak log. Okay. Good to know. I'm glad it won't be too much. So we need 24. We only need 9 more pieces, so we'll be able to get that back at our base, which is good. Come on, sky, start to turn red, please. We need to start heading back. Ah! So one of the things I'm thinking of for episodes, obviously each of these episodes from the streams will be probably used for videos. I think we'll probably take yesterday's stream and today's stream and combine them into one, I think. Because a lot of yesterday was just wandering around looking at the cool train, because I kept on getting distracted. So because of that, probably today's and yesterday's will be combined together. And then tomorrow's will be its own separate episode. And it goes on from there. At least I think that makes sense. So now we just gotta wait for it to turn day so we can actually get back and finish up with what we're trying to do. And the only other thing I just realized, we do need that bucket. Oh no. We need 5 pieces because we need the shears and we need the water because I really do want to put a farm by it, but that means we need the iron. I don't want to take out the iron golem. Oh no. We'll see. Might have to see what quick iron we can snag because of this. What was that? What? Did I see something? Okay, I'm looking back on stream for a minute here. Just a moment, guys. Let's see. Okay, I think that was just the fence. I think that fence there just got me. 'Cause of course it did. I'm so nervous. Kind of, this is what I did last time I was at the village here. I'm leaving the stuff outside. He doesn't come inside, so unfortunately enough for him, I took over this entire building. Later on, I'll make it more like an outpost kind of area for whenever we come over here. Oh, it's slowly becoming day. Let's go. Look at that. That is so pretty. But yeah. I do kind of feel bad for taking it, but at the same time, I needed tools at the time. But he has a cool window now. So I mean, if that makes up for anything, I took the wood, I made windows, and then replaced it with cobblestone. I mean, maybe that makes up for things. Probably doesn't. Once the villager comes down here, then we'll know it's safe to head over. And then once again, it'll just be running back to where we need to go. But yeah, so I'm sorry, villager, but this is what it's turned out to be. But yeah, so we have a good amount that way. Okay, so maybe with the timing, we might not get to actually chopping down all the wood we need, but we at least got the sand, which was a big portion of everything. I think that's day now? Okay, this is the reason why we're making the new base. It's because that way I can actually see more. It'll make things a whole lot less scary. Okay. I'm so nervous. Why am I so nervous? This makes no sense. Okay. Here are the cows. And we're just gonna make a run for it. Thank you very much again, villagers. But we need to get going because we are not sticking around to see what goes on. That cat surprised me so much. I would get the dog, except I need these bones for something else. So, no dog yet. Dog later, just not yet. Right now, goal is just to get home. I'm trying to look. There's iron up there, but I don't know if I really want to head up there. There is iron there, but that looks like it's part of there. I need the iron though. Yeah, let's go. We'll deposit items. We at least now know where we can get the iron, but we'll see if there's anywhere closer / easier to get to for the iron. Because I'm deciding to be very silly, but that's a me decision. And I can be frustrated at myself for doing it later. I wanted to get up here because this feels a whole lot safer. Okay. Cool. So this platform is not going to be nearly big enough, I'm pretty sure. So we will probably have to make it bigger. Do we have any easy iron that we can see to get to? I mean, there is the iron up there. Do we see any iron down here? No. Not that I expected really to. How dare I be? I'm kind of frustrated with myself with how scared I can get of caves. I guess right now, main goal, we're just going to get back inside the base, and we'll do a bit more mining. But we got what we needed to get, which is the good part, and we'll put the bones in there. I now want to get the sand smelting, so let's grab some of our coal. This won't be enough. Well, I'll just do this because, yeah. And then that will get us our glass. We can check on our chickens. How are you all doing? Okay, let's see. Can we get more than 2 chicks this stream? Maybe not. Let's do a bit more mining and just see what we can get this way. Very well might not be able to get anything, and if that's the case, that's fine. Saucevilles, we will head out to get that iron. But we have the sand, which was the big thing. Because now we're getting a ton of glass. I mean, the other thing is, okay, this is where I want to check something. Oh, did that literally just age? If so, then sweet. But let's check something. I want to check something in bedrock. Not that, there. Okay, so what I wanted to check was, what does it look like if we use copper? And I want to use a mixture of these, and I would probably, let's see. This is just the testing area. If we did something like that, maybe? I don't know. Am I just trying to make sure I don't have to go mining for the iron? Maybe? But the other way looks more like a tree. So if we're going with the tree look, it's probably going to be better if we get the actual iron for the shears. But the copper at least doesn't look bad. And we can't... Well, no, we're gonna need the shears for the honeycomb anyways. So even if we decide the copper is better, I mean, we can leave it to oxidize, and then that gives us more time. I mean, how much iron do we have? Not iron. I know we have one piece of iron. What I meant to say was how much copper do we have? Okay. Realistically, we would need to make more, we need to get a lot more copper to actually do things. 'Cause this is only about 4 blocks, which realistically means about 16 blocks, and the sizing for the other is what again? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's 11 around, so it'd be 11 times 4, that's 44, not counting the 7 here. So we would need 51 pieces of copper to realistically pull off the copper look. And how much did we have? If we needed around 51, 1, 2, that'd be 18, plus that would make it 50. So that could work. Let's see what the copper grate looks like. If we take, not glass, if we take the, say, the oxidized copper grate, and I know realistically this would take a while for it to oxidize this way. That might not look horrible, but that still means about 41 on the top area here alone, about 44 on this top area here alone, unless we mix it with, let's see, what's the sizing? We have, let's see, so it would be 32 of this, so 32 divided by 4, so we could technically use 8 of this on each side, which means we'd have the ability to use 3 on the other 4, so it would probably be a mixture of these two on the upper area. Thanks, but it's whether it'll, yeah, but yeah, So it'd be these 2 blocks. We'd be using this because this gives us the amount we need. So if we pull back up bedrock, what we would have to do is it'd be 33 of those. So what we would probably end up doing is I would want fully oxidized this, and we would probably go with either not as much or barely oxidize this. So we would want probably 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And that probably wouldn't be bad right here. And then down here would have to be this copper right here. So realistically, we'd still need 1 more block. And this is where this comes in, because this would give us 4 blocks. So we could choose what we would want to do for stuff. So we could technically go with plain copper. Now that we know we technically do have enough then. Let's see. So we don't really use it anywhere else around, which is good. So just be figuring out what we would want to do there, which would have to be a mixture of this style, which we'd probably use this and this kind of colors, and we can also use some of this. So what we would probably end up doing is we would do that, and then we can do this, and then this. I think that wouldn't look too bad, and it means we already have all the materials that way that we need. So if we plan that, we really don't need any iron, because as much as the lanterns look good, we can change the lanterns out for something else. And really quickly, I just realized I forgot to place this. Where is the chainsaw? There's the chainsaw. I can speak. So yeah, we'd probably put that up there. So realistically, we probably have all the materials that we need on hand, which is good. We should head up to get some sleep. But yeah, I think we have a plan then. We finally have a plan for the base. Tomorrow we'll just have to mine some of the trees. I didn't pay attention to time, so we might have to also deal with mobs on Thursday, which will be Loads of fun. But we'll deal with that. We'll at least be home when it happens. Other than that, we will have all of the blocks we need, which is huge. Both these done. Let's really quickly just craft the panes we need. And you know, let's do this the easier way. There we go. So we need, it's 999, so it would be 36 plus each of the other things. So we need that much. And we have a bunch of glass left over, except we do need to make a water bottle. And then we will be able to make the others. So we have a bunch of materials we need. The only material we need to get next stream, well, next time we do this, is wood. And I think that is a perfect spot to leave it. The only other thing we'll do is really quickly just see, can we get one more chick? Let's see. Can we get one more chick? We got another chick. We have another one. We got 4 chicks this stream. Yep, we gotta collect wood. But yeah, okay. We now know what we have to collect Thursday. I am really happy with the progress we made today. And yeah, with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Tomorrow there will be stream at the normal time for Wednesday streams, and I will get that timing sheet all set up and posted today. Yesterday the day just got away from me, so apologies for not having that up by today. I will have that up by tomorrow. And maybe I'll even do a few extra streams next week. But yeah, with that, thank you guys so much for joining in on today's stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. Tomorrow will also be, I'm sure, a whole lot of fun. So, feel free to hop in then and see what happens. Pay attention to my community tab as well, for that will have the dates for when everything will be taking place for the rest of stream week and potentially a little bit of next week. But yeah, with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I shall see you guys all next time. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Coffee out.